So it's blue against red in Manchester again. And Dennis Irwin, who was hurt late on against Queen's Park Rangers 3 weeks ago. So Gary Neville playing in the centre alongside Bruce, Phil Neville at right back, Owen at left back, supported on the outside here by Keane. Cantona, classy touch. Beckham, but stronger than Brown. It'll be a sparky contest. And Manchester United end up with a free kick, from which they would hope to fashion an early strike. But the goal guarded for Manchester City by Ike Immel. First derby at home for the City manager Alan Ball. He'll be concerned about Beckham's free kick, but the concern was minimal in the end. Well, David Beckham, who got the winner in the semi-final and immediately announced that he didn't think he'd play in the FA Cup final. Such is the competition for places with Manchester United. I don't suppose he expected to be playing in the derby just a few days after that win at Villa Park, but here he is, Phil Neville, and no one's running with him. Beckham to try and force that across under challenge. Well, Phil Neville, having been very ambitious with the run, was just a little tentative in the end with the pass, which didn't give Beckham the best chance of keeping the move going. But Keane's pull to the back post, it won't go that deep. Irwin. Here is Roy Keane, reversing it for Irwin. Oh, he's brought down, penalty. Nicky Summerbee on Dennis Irwin. In the 7th minute, a penalty for Manchester United. It was lovely interplay between the two Irishmen, and Summerbee stretched, got the man, not the ball. Straightforward decision for Mike Reid. Clearly inside the area, and clearly a trip, and of course, if it's a penalty, it means Cantona against Immel. And there is Eric Cantona again, absolutely spot on. Well, undoubtedly the man of the month of March, and here we are in April with the dreams of the title coming closer. Manchester United hope to becoming reality, and Cantona is centre stage again. The Frenchman faultless from the penalty spot. It's Kavalashvili's pass for Summerbee, putted it into Irwin. The roles momentarily reversed between the two involved in the penalty incident. It's Curl's ball for Quinn. Kinkladze! Well, Peter Schmeichel has come a long way to start the post-mortem, but Kinkladze, who will be the player that most City fans would want coming on to the knockdowns from Quinn, and maybe Alan Ball as well, given the high standards of performance from Kinkladze. That was rather a tame shot. Quinn very nearly turning it through. As it is, it's a long riposte from Phil Neville up to Cole. Good turn from him. Runners coming to the Manchester United right. Here's Beckham. They asked for another penalty for handball by Brown. Certainly Beckham was appealing strongly, but Nicky Butt, perhaps significantly, just went across to Beckham and said, well, why did you try and play a ball in like this? And there were other options, and well, maybe. Just a matter of intent there for Brown. Good free kick, picking him out from Beckham. Oh, Cole, can he take it in here? Well, Summerbee did enough to unsettle Cole as far as the chance was concerned, and also maybe just unsettle his temper a little bit as well, as the two looked at each other rather sternly afterwards. Kinkladze, he's got a free kick this time. Well, he's got the ability and the self-belief to unhinge even the very best. And although Manchester United had 3 around him then, they've conceded the free kick. Clough having a good look at it. And looking for Quinn! Well, he beat Bruce, but not Schmeichel. The aim was true from Clough, but Quinn's header went straight at the goalkeeper. Brown. It's passed back, but Keane was there to help. Just knock it forward here into acres of space that Beckham can fill with the ball. He's got 3 keeping pace with him. He's got Eric Cantona closing in. Oh. Well, it is a big surprise when he misses out. And in a way it justifies the rather sparring tactics that City have shown even since going behind, because when they do get caught overcommitting, the spaces are there for Manchester United to exploit. And Alan Ball's team were let off the hook by, of all people, Eric Cantona. Can Manchester City break Manchester United down? Brightwell, Frontsek. Corner again. Once more they ask about handball. Well, Frontsek, the way the game is shaping up, he's going to see a lot of the ball playing down the left in that wing-back position. Quinn's taken up a different position this time. He's pulled away deeper, and he's got to it. Well, it is this route that Manchester United know all about. Knowledge and putting up a proper barrier to Niall Quinn. It's not necessarily one and the same thing. Quinn, Clough, caught for run. Kavalashvili going to the near post, might just get there. Trapped by Beckham. And Manchester United giving City the ball back, and when Kinkladze has it from that sort of range, the alarm bells are ringing, and Schmeichel's got plenty to complain about here. Seemed that the danger had passed when Kavalashvili was snuffed out towards the near post, but it was the other Georgian who suddenly had the shooting chance. But so much at stake here in both camps. Kavalashvili, Kinkladze, flicks on for Frontsek. Well, he might have made more of it. He's a really battle-hardened campaigner from the Bundesliga, Michael Frontsek. He fancied his chances from the tight angle. Kinkladze. Frontsek again, unmarked. Bruce butts it away. Clough, Summerby. Owen trying to be more composed than Summerby was when he was defending against Irwin. Kinkladze. Quinn should get to this one. Well, they've left it. Cantona. Quinn! Well, it was almost a case of having too many players in there for Manchester United, and Eric Cantona taking his responsibilities here all over the pitch. And Bruce hesitating, Bruce then heading, Quinn shooting, and it hit the advertising boardings, not the back of Schmeichel's net. Ferguson might just feel that his team are conceding a bit too much here, certainly in the way of free kicks. It's butt on Brown. But also in terms of territory, as if the 1-0 lead has been deemed almost enough to see it through. Surely, coming so early after 7 minutes, that can't be the case. Quinn! It's 1-1! My goodness, what a story! Kavalashvili on his debut in a Manchester derby from Niall Quinn's knockdown. Instant opportunism. Fronsek, no surprise that he's had a part in it because he's had a lot of the ball. Quinn, this time teeing up a teammate, and it nestles in Schmeichel's net for the newcomer. Mikhail Kavalashvili from Manchester City.
Number 32, Mikhail Kavalashvili.
Well, it's a long name to splash across the back of a Manchester City shirt, but it'll be splashed across a few headlines if Manchester City go on from this. 5 minutes to go to half-time, and Manchester United, who are, for my money, playing the first half out with too much caution, now have to think more ambitiously in their play. And it's rare enough a goal in a league derby for City, but it's come at a great time for them. Unless, of course, they're punished straight away here by Cole! They are punished! Amazing response from Manchester United. A little more than a minute later. Well, this shows what they can do when they want to attack. And Cantona, of course, at the heart of it. It wasn't the cleanest hit shot from Cole, but it did the job. City still inwardly celebrating, and the concentration just distracted enough to allow the chance. It is half-time, a game that had an explosive start to the first half with an early Manchester United goal. Summerby bringing down Irwin, Cantona with the penalty. Here's Summerby. Forward from Curl. Manchester City could have gone into half-time in much better shape if they'd concentrated better, having just equalised. Kavalashvili's got another chance here. Brilliant stop by Schmeichel. It's behind for a corner. Well, Schmeichel had to deal with a shot of some velocity from the scorer of Manchester City's first half goal, looking to start the second half on the same note, and in fact it hit him on the head, I think. That's why he's so stunned. Well, the ball was delivered beautifully between the two centre-backs, and Schmeichel, look at him, to make himself as big as possible. And it worked. Cantona for Cole. Here comes Butt, he's going to hit it. No, he's not going to hit it, he should have hit it. He decided against the first time shot when he shaped for it, and then there were too many touches after that. Lovely play from Manchester United. And more attacking outlook in evidence here. Cole with great awareness of the midfield runner. And he decided to take it on, but rather got it caught under his feet. Mike Ferguson's team still in the driving seat. There's very little margin for error for them. Ball now with Cantona. Maybe looking for a comfort zone now, which Cole could provide them. Phil Neville, Quinn's got it from here. Now Clough, and City can counter-attack. Over Bruce for Rosler. Bruce backs off. Rosler goes for goal! A sensational strike by the Manchester City substitute, Rosler, who's had some criticism recently, and replies in the grand manner. Bruce had all sorts of problems, and he couldn't stop the shot being released, and Schmeichel had no chance in preventing its path as it sped beyond him into the far corner. 2-2! Well, Uwe Rosler scored 22 goals last season. They've been in shorter supply this season, but here is one to treasure. Beckham. Now Cantona. For Keane. But looking left to Giggs. Cantona can't reach it for all the acrobatics, and he gave it absolutely everything. Just too much dip and swerve on it in the end. It's a difficult ball to try and pick out Giggs, but how about that for execution? It's got Manchester City backpedaling and changing direction. Cantona for Irwin. Oh, and he wanted it back for Cantona again, and Cantona was rather expecting Irwin to go on and finish the job himself. Now Cantona's on the ball. For Giggs, Curl's playing him onside. Ryan Giggs! Unbelievable! And Manchester United are in front again. And Alex Ferguson wants these celebrations cut short. He wants
United's third goal scored by Ryan Giggs.
Concentration to be back. Well, Giggs smashed it, and it zipped into the top corner. And Immel can only wonder. And Manchester City, well, their heads, certainly the heads of their supporters, droop again. Clough's tackle, and his pass, and there's no offside. Rosler, Gary Neville trying to get there. Schmeichel saves, and Neville stops Rosler following it up. And this giant of a goalkeeper makes yet another important contribution to Manchester United's championship bid. Quinn. Phillips got an awkward bobble, but he still got it towards Quinn. Clough! Well, I don't know how Schmeichel saw that, let alone hung on to it. Quinn let it run very sensibly. Clough really connected. Now Clough. He's got Brightwell to the right. Manchester United a bit short in that sector. Brightwell's cross. And that was Keith Curl. And that was close. Too close for Manchester United's comfort. Good ball back across from Brightwell over David May. Curl glancing it. Ferguson wants it as far away from Schmeichel's goal as possible. And playing through midfield here. Stick it into the corner. That's where Beckham will make a challenge. 3 more points. United continue their domination of the Manchester derby scene thanks to a glorious Ryan Giggs goal 12 minutes from time.